And now for 2 sergeants and 8 privates in the field artillery, APO 957, somewhere in the Pacific area, Command Performance presents the world's greatest trumpet player, Harry James and his music makers. James. Back into the mailbag now, we find a letter from the gang at the U.S. Naval Air Station, Coco Solo Canal Zone. It is signed by ACH, who says, I suppose your swamp would request, and it will be some time before you get to mine. But I'll be waiting for Jack Benny. Well, ACH, suppose I refer your request to the heavyweight champion of microphonia, Don Wilson.
Thank you, Betty. Thank you. Gosh, she's beautiful.
You said it.
And now, fellows, we bring you a man who used to be a beautiful baby, Jack Benny.
Say, Don, when I smiled at Harry James, you see how worried Phil Harris looked? Jello again, this is Jack Benny talking. And, Don, I like that beautiful baby introduction. Was that just a lucky guess, or did you have authentic information?
Well, Jack, when I was over to your house for dinner the other night, I took a peek at that old family album of yours.
Oh, Don.
And I must say you were a gorgeous infant. Were you really so good looking?
Well, I don't want to sound hammy or anything like that, but for the first 17 months of my life, I was a length ahead of Robert Taylor. In fact, I won 4 blue diapers.
I can imagine.
Say, Don, I'll bet you were quite a healthy-looking kid yourself, weren't you?
Well, Jack,
I could just see you as a baby, Don, bouncing your mother on your knees.
Yeah.
Now, I can hear your mother singing to you, "Rock-a-bye, baby, on the treetop."
Oh, she sure did.
That tree must have been a redwood. Well, anyway, I'd like to be a baby again. I really shouldn't keep talking like this, but I was about the cutest little Dickens in Waukegan. In fact, people from all around used to come to my father's meat market just to see me.
Meat market? Why, I thought your father ran a clothing store.
Well, Don, it was a combination meat market and clothing store. On Saturdays, we used to run a special, a pound of hamburger with 2 pair of pants. Oh, went over very big. I remember one time...
Hello, Jack. What are you talking about?
We were talking about me. Don just happened to mention that he saw my family album and that I was a beautiful child.
You beautiful?
Yes, I was. Not only that, I developed very quickly. When I was only 3 months old, I had 4 lovely teeth.
Well, you're right back where you started from.
We should get laughs like that on our own show. Always kills me. Now, listen, Mary. I have a full set of teeth right now. And with the exception of a little argument I had with a cab driver in Toledo, they're all my own.
And what's that price tag doing on the 3rd molar?
Don't be funny.
Say, Jack, did I hear you say that you had an argument with a cab driver in Toledo?
Yes, but of course that was years ago.
Well, what was the fight all about?
Oh, nothing. He just happened to say something I didn't like, and he hit me. Otherwise, Toledo was lovely.
Say, Don, when you were looking through that album, did you see the picture of Jack's uncle on the big white horse?
Yes, I did.
That was my Uncle Beaumont, you know.
And did you see the tree in back with a rope dangling from it and that big crowd of men standing around?
Mary, my uncle didn't steal that horse. That was just a scene from a Western movie he was making called The Code of the West. What are you laughing at?
I'll bet he never saw the preview.
He did, and he was a fine actor.
Say, Mr. Benny.
Oh, hello. Hello, Dennis. I didn't see you.
Oh, I was around here. I heard you telling everybody what a beautiful baby you were.
Well, Don brought up the subject. I never mentioned it. Have you got any cute baby pictures, Dennis?
None where I'm facing the camera.
Oh.
You know, Mr. Benny, I wasn't a very pretty kid, but I was as smart as a whip.
Smart, eh? I'll bet you were.
All right, you can laugh, but when I was 12 years old, I recited the Gettysburg Address.
At 12? What's clever about that?
Could Lincoln do it?
All right, Dennis, we won't go into that. But if you were so smart at the age of 12, what happened to you in the meantime?
I don't know. All of a sudden, everything went blank.
That's what I thought. Say, where's Phil?
Oh, he's around here somewhere. By the way, Jack, I don't know whether I ought to tell you this or not, but Phil's pretty sore about that crack you made at rehearsal.
What crack?
You know, when you told him that if he didn't like it here, he could go out and get his own program.
Oh. Well, gee, Don, I was only kidding. I didn't mean anything.
Well, Phil took it pretty seriously, and he said he's going to leave you.
Leave me? Why, I made the guy. Gee. When I picked him up, he was demonstrating curlers in a drugstore window. Say, Mary, did Phil say anything to you about this wild scheme of his?
Well, yes and no.
What do you mean, yes or no?
Yes, he told me, and no, I ain't
going
to
to tell you. I know. All right, I'm not worried about it. I can get another orchestra leader. Matter with Harry James. That's bad, I suppose. Anyway, Phil ought to be loyal enough to discuss things with me before he takes any definite step.
Hey, Jack, here he comes now.